mercy, mercy me. All things ain't what they used to be now. Where did all the blue skies go? Poison is the wind that blows from the north and south and east. Oh, mercy, mercy me. All things ain't what they used to be now. Oil wasted on the oceans and upon our seas. Fish full of mercury. Oh, oh, mercy, mercy me. All things ain't what they used to be now. Radiation underground and in the sky. Animals and birds who live nearby all night. Oh, mercy, mercy me. Mercy. All things and what they used to be. What about this overcrowded center? How much more will you from me? Can't you stay?
The Tugaloo Nine, as we were called, was the first event that actively opened up civil rights integration in the state of Mississippi. This was the cradle that rocked the babe of civil rights in Mississippi. We talked about the kinds of things that we wanted to do to make a difference. And the input was made, and we came up with, why don't we do a read-in? It was not something that just happened. It was really planned. At that particular time, we had to be so tense and so, but yet relaxed. We had to, so many things we had to remember, so many things that we had to be in charge of. We really had to go into that library with a book that could not be found in the colored library. So it was all a plan. The books that we looked for were books that we definitely knew that they were not going to have at the colored library, which was just a small little place. So that gave us a reason to go to the white library. I had to dress. One of the things, I had to dress so that I had everything I needed with me. And what I wore was something that would keep me warm, that would keep me safe, that would give me some sense of comfort in case they had the billy sticks and the dogs. And they did. We went to the card catalogs, and that's where they found most of us looking for the books. But we did get a book, and we did sit down. And one of the girls told us later, she says, she was sitting there so sophisticated with reading, and when the officer came to her, and she just knew that everything was going to be all right. And then when she really realized the book was upside down, it seemed like 3 days that we were in jail. People told us that they wanted to see us, they wanted to come and see us, so they wanted to bring us things, but they wouldn't let us. They said that they took things to the jail for us. And actually, we came back home in our same clothing. After we had our sit-in, Jackson State expelled several of their students who came to be supportive of us uh, on the night of our jailing. And also, there were people who had problems with the law, uh, lots of people, and some of them were hurt when we went to jail. They didn't want the people to come out to support us in going to jail. Now, my family had a small, uh, we called it a recreational place, but it was a gas station. And it had a little place where my mom would sell hot hamburgers and hot dogs. And so after this all happened, the Ku Klux Klan rode horses into our establishment to intimidate our family. And they talked about firing my dad from the paper mill. I went back every year, and I got to see the growth. My brothers are all back there, except for one. So I got to see how Mississippi has developed, how it has grown. I got to see how principals became regional principals, not just at the smaller black schools. Now, you never know who is going to be your principal because they're going on the merits of the persons now. We have had in my hometown 2 or 3 black mayors. The council is pretty much well mixed. In fact, the mixture back there in Mississippi is better than it is here. I don't think that I was ever held back by my background. I think my background enriched me so that I can reach out to all people. And not only reach out to all people, but that I always try to enlighten. If I can't enlighten someone, then I feel as though I'm not doing a good job.
Talk too much. Oh boy, you never. You're the instigator, the orator of town. You're the worst when you convert. Just a big mouth clown. You talk when you're awake. I heard you talk when you sleep. Has anyone ever told you that talk is cheap? You talk too much. You never shut up. I said you talk too much. Oh boy, you never shut up. You talk too much. Oh boy, you never. You're the instigator, the orator of town. You're the worst when you convert. Just a big mouth clown. You talk when you're awake. I heard you talk when you sleep. Has anyone ever told you that talk is cheap? You talk too much. You never shut up. I said you talk too much. Oh boy, you never shut up. You talk too much. Oh boy, you never. You're the.
To the police, before we even get to the systematic structures of racism, what conditions was you born in? Let's start there, because the white man, the system, don't have nothing to do with the club your mom and daddy met in. In the night, your mom and daddy decide to have unprotected sex out of wedlock to develop you. That's where it starts, long before the systematic structures. The prenatal care that your mother didn't do, that's where it started. Was you breastfed when you got her? Was your dad there? What kind of environment was you born in to develop in your temperament where you are easily angered? Was you introduced to a man? Was you abused and neglected by your mother?
That's enough for that clown. Hey, my name is Orange, and this is the Orange Swac Sports Network. I normally don't get embarrassed, and I normally don't get mad. I survived fighting the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, roadside bombs, hand grenades thrown at me, RPGs, rocket propelled grenades. Just about any damn thing you could think of thrown at me in war during my 58 months of combat. But over this past weekend, I saw something that I never thought I would see at Tugaloo. I saw a clown full of self-hate, yelling, thinking you know everything. When it didn't go your way, you threw a tantrum. And you end up embarrassing yourself and a historical black college and university that you knew nothing about. I wasn't going to show that clown's face, but I said I have to show the listeners some of the stuff he was yelling about. I don't play about HBCUs. And the reason why I don't play about HBCUs is because of the sacrifice that so many of our ancestors paid for us to be at those colleges and universities. It was a safe haven for leadership, development, training, organizations, unity. And for some little young, I'm gonna be nice, young college student to invite a snitch who's been through the penitentiary system since he was 14 for killing another black person, to do that to one of the most historic black colleges and universities was embarrassing to me. Yelling and thinking you're right does not make you right. This forum was supposed to be about the hip hop community and snitching and all the stuff that's going on there. If you cannot handle a debate, don't go. If you don't know where you're going to, do research. This man is on the same campus where in 1963, the KKK burned a cross. And for this clown to say, F, quote unquote, my people, F a HBCU, I've never seen anybody go to the NFL from Tugaloo. Tugaloo must be a community college. The ignorance is abyss. I'm more disappointed, but I had to calm down. I had to talk to people, and they made me understand. This was not a sanctioned event. It was not improved. The young person that invited him, good luck standing Tugaloo. This is not what you want. I have a cousin that graduated from Tugaloo way before I did. They gave him his diploma across the fence because he was protesting. Let that sink in. This university does not play. I showed you that clip of the Tugaloo 9, how instrumental they were into integration into a library where they was paying taxes and couldn't use. This clown up here yelling about something that he know nothing about. The clicks, the likes, and the views, that may can help him get his little internet clout up. But to disrespect that college, and I'm not just talking about Tugaloo, all HBCUs, that's just 100% wrong. When you go somewhere, do your research. Know what you're getting into. I'm 100% sure that clown would not go down to the University of Mississippi at Ole Miss. Well, hell, he ain't got to go that far. Go to Millsaps. Go to Mississippi. What is it? Used to be Mississippi University of Women. Go down there and try that bull crap. Salute and shout out to the students who tried to engage with him. But you got to remember, you're dealing with somebody. If it wasn't for the penitentiary system, he wouldn't have an education. Not knocking the penitentiary system education, because I teach in a prison. I teach young kids. Help them get their GEDs. But to be this ignorant is the sad part. Still to this day, he has no idea about the Tugaloo 9, about the cross burning, how Medgar Evers trained and helped the Tugaloo 9 and other HBCUs, not just for integration, going from second-class citizens to first-class citizens, to being able to vote. But when you have people like this come to your campus and do all that yelling and screaming because you want to be right, and you think your way is the right way because you told on yourself and other people for killing another black person. I have no respect for people like that. None. As you notice, I'm not yelling, I'm not screaming, I'm not upset. I'm more embarrassed than anything, because the young people today, I hope y'all are listening. I hope you rewatch it. Somebody share it to you. Just because you have somebody that's on YouTube or Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Kick, or whatever it is, that has millions of followers and talking all loud, every other word is the N word, demeaning black women by calling them the B word, and thinking you know about the black experience when you just spent the majority of your life behind bars where you couldn't use the bathroom until somebody told you how to use the bathroom. That individual has disrespected more people, dead children, dead mothers, dead fathers, all for clicks and likes to get on the interview. At Tugaloo, our education standards are way above a lot of colleges. Started off as a theology school, preachers. That's what it started off as. Baptist preachers. If you seen them slides that I had, look at the notable alumni. When you start talking about, I don't know, no Rhodes Scholars and all this other stuff, brother, you don't even know who Robert F. Johnson is. One of the richest black men in the world, graduated from Tugaloo. Man, net worth value is $10 billion. So you don't know what you're talking about. You thought you was going somewhere to make yourself look smart. But you close to 50, you still sagging your pants, smoking a blunt. I hate this, I hate that. And his little co-signers, oh, they set you up, this and that. Several videos of this man sitting there harassing people, talking about their mothers, their fathers. I would not wish that man to go on any HBCU. All this little stuff and clicks and likes on the interview, if he's ever invited or somebody tries to invite him, won't you invite David Duke? Won't you invite another white supremacist? Because that's what this guy is. I got a clip that I want to, the audio, and I hope you can hear this. That's Brother Benjamin Dixon. You got to remember, not all skin folk is kinfolk. Now, that's the last time I'm going to discuss a filthy piece of trash coming onto a college where black people literally gave it all for us to be here, for us to be treated equally and fair. Shame on you to the young man that invited that piece of filth to Tugaloo. I ain't got to call no names. You know who you are. I think Tugaloo, they sent out an email because I was irate a few days ago. It took me a little while to calm down. But I'm going to read you what they said, and we're going to get into SWAC football. But I'm not going to sit there and let that slide about Tugaloo. Now, I know it's kind of small, but we're gonna try to work through it. I'm gonna read it out to you. Let me get my my thing on. It says today's Chat and Crew co-op event hosted by the Office of Student Connection and Community Outreach was designed to explore academic perspectives on criminalization, surveillance, and silence within the hip-hop disclosure. Inflammatory remarks about HBCUs and other remarks about individuals and groups were made by one of the speakers during and after the event. While the college respects First Amendment rights of individuals to express themselves, the college does not condone disparaging remarks made about individuals or institutions. Preliminary reviews of the approval process for campus events indicate the approval process for this event was not followed. An attempt to gain approval for space for the event was administratively denied on Friday, September 5th, 2025. The administration was made aware of the program had actually taken place without approval. Upon the program's conclusion, the college will take appropriate action upon the conclusion of its investigation. Tugaloo College proudly stands as an HBCU with a legacy rooted in excellent resilience and social justice. We do not condone hate speech or rhetoric that undermines the dignity of our institution or our constituencies. We remain committed to creating spaces where difficult conversations can occur with integrity, accountability, and care. Be assured that as we continue to investigate this matter, the proper disciplinary action will be taken. That's the official statement, and that's what they the emails that I was sent. I'm telling you now, Tugaloo don't play. Somebody's gonna get in trouble. Suspension, kicked out, head rolled. You picked the wrong place, player, to come there and do your bull crap. But it's all good, man. But hey, make sure y'all hit this like button. Thank y'all for coming in, man. Let's get into it. We got 6 schools. We got 6 schools that have not won a football game in the SWAC. Bethune-Cookman, FAMU, Alcorn, Mississippi Valley, UAPB, and Texas Southern. That's 6 schools that has not won a football game. What the hell is going on in the SWAC? All I can tell you is this. Somebody got to win this weekend. And if you look at the schedule, somebody's going 0-3. Or a couple of schools may go 0-3. And Kenny Banks, you correct. And Miss Whitley, thank y'all for joining. Y'all definitely correct, man. Hey, I some stuff that I can take and laugh and joke about, not that I don't. The history, the preachers that I know that graduated from there. No, that's Find somewhere else to disrespect, man. And I hope other HBCUs do not let that clown come nowhere near them. All that yelling and screaming, thinking you right. And then when them students ask you a question, you get mad and F your people. Come on, man. Not today. Not ever. But hey, I know Tugaloo is going to handle this. That's not what I'm worried about. My thing is these videos. You had 9 different newspapers write an article about Charleston White at Tugaloo. And I contacted every single one of them, and none of them can tell me about the Tugaloo 9. You there for clicks and likes. Anyway, that's the crap that we're going to. But let's get to the standings, man, of what we got going on in the SWAC right now. This is the standings. All right. In the East, you got 3 schools that won a game. Alabama A&M has won a game. Alabama State has won a game. And Jackson State has won a game. Mississippi Valley 0-2. FAMU 0-2. Bethune-Cookman 0-2. Right? The West. Suge Knight is actually 1-0 in the conference. So as of right now, Suge Knight has the best conference record in the SWAC. They're 1-1. Grambling 1-1. Grambling plays the Public's Bag Boys. So when they want to win a game, they go find some of the dudes on the corner and decide to play them. Southern 1-2. Southern beat Valley. Congratulations, Southern. Alcorn is on the verge of going 0-3. Pine Bluff and Texas Southern rounds it up with 0-2. This is unacceptable, in my opinion. We got to do better than this, man. This is, I mean, if you look at the schedule that's coming up, where is it at? All right, September 13th. Jackson State, Tuskegee. Alabama, Tennessee State. Miles at Alabama State. Alcorn travels to Mississippi State. Bethune, South Carolina State. Lincoln at Pine Bluff. Kentucky State, Grambling State. Valley travels to Southeastern. Perryview goes down to Rice. Lamar visits Texas Southern. Albany State versus FAMU. Southern at Fresno State. So you got some easy games this weekend. You got some games that some folks gonna have to pull a little rabbit trick to win. The game that I'm most interested in seeing this weekend, and I'm gonna be 100% real with you. None. I expect Tuskegee not to hang with Jackson State for a quarter. Alabama A&M, Sam Shields at Tennessee State. Good luck with it being 5,000 people there. Miles at Alabama State, blowout. Alcorn State versus Mississippi State. I hope you win, Alcorn. Blowout. Mississippi State, it's not going. They're gonna try to put 77 points on y'all. Bethune-Cookman at South Carolina State. Once again, the MEAC will get the best of the SWAC. Bethune-Cookman has issues. Lincoln at Arkansas Pine Bluff. Come on, Pine Bluff. You can't beat Lincoln, we in some trouble. Valley at Southeastern. Southeastern is going to try to put up 60 points. Fairview at Rice. Rice is going to try to put up 70 points. Lamar at Texas Southern. Lamar is going to try to embarrass Texas Southern. They just beat, North Dakota State or South Dakota State? One of the Dakotas. Albany State at FAMU. this game is not going to be close. To the people thinking Albany State has a chance against FAMU, no. Southern and Fresno State. I hope it's worth the trip, Southern, for you to go out there to spend damn near $1 million to get everybody, millions of dollars to get everybody out there. I hope they pay you well. You're going to be playing at 9 o'clock at night. Bruh, not only will I be at bingo, I'll probably be half asleep at bingo watching that. But hey, I am interested to see one or two things. I want to see FAMU's quarterback situation because your schedule don't get any easier. I'm not nowhere near worried about Jackson State. So Grambling will blow out Kentucky State, but come on, Grambling. You need to play somebody competitive before you play Suge Knight. That's my issue with you. Arkansas Pine Bluff, we'll get you next year. You just happy to be here. Valley, you'll be 0-3. So I don't have nothing really that I want to watch this weekend, which is crazy because normally because I want to watch all Swac football. So, man, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. And Coach Carp, I agree. That's a good question. Where's Crook at? Yeah, they beat South Dakota State. Yeah, I knew it was one of them Dakotas. Yeah, this is that Miss Whitley. My thing is, I can't. Swag football is never boring, but this schedule this week is like, yeah, damn, man. So, and then next week don't get it. What starting next week does not get any better, man. I mean, goodness gracious. Last year was all exciting, but was it September 27th? Is when really SWAC play kicks in. Now September 27th, so that's like 2 weeks away. Because next week, look what's going on. Next week, not this Saturday, next week, Edward Waters at Bethune-Cookman. Bethune will win. Lane at Alabama A&M. Alabama win. East Texas A&M versus Grambling State. Northwestern State at Prairie View. Come on. Suge Knight is going to beat Northwestern. So the next 2 weeks is going to be kind of like, So the stats are getting ran up on a lot of these games, man. But a lot of folks are off next week, the 20th. So now the 27th, that's jam-packed football. So it's a good day smoking on a certain man. It goes somewhere with that stuff, man. I'm not no, not we good, but so I was reading something that somebody sent me. I'm good. But the power rankings came out. That's what we're gonna talk about next. The top 5 in the HBCU. Listen to that. Come on, share the thing. All right, the top 5. See if I can get it. Yeah, the top 5 power rankings came out in the HBCU. HBCU go top 5 power rankings. Now this is getting interesting. Suge Knight lost to a college program that had never played a football game, but you were ranked number 4 in the power rankings. Alabama State beat a struggling Southern team. You number 2. Jackson State still number 1. I'm not denying Jackson State's shouldn't be number one. South Carolina State is 3. But, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is Delaware State. 2, 3, 4, and 5 is kind of questionable to me. I mean, Southern is ass. Southern is trash. So I don't see beating Southern right now as giving Alabama State to be ranked number 2. Now, Alabama State can go into FAMU and beat FAMU in 2 weeks. I think, but then again, FAMU ain't won a damn game. So, but then again, I don't know where to get this from. The peer review being number 4, I think they just want to keep them in there because the coach talks a lot. Delaware State, okay, you won a game. So, I say, what did you say? Look, she say, look at Delaware State. Ed is in here. My damn man, Ed. Yeah, man, but hey, that's the power rankings. That's their top 5. Now, has it shaping up to be, which unless FAMU can dethrone Alabama State, because Alabama State has never beat FAMU since they joined the Swac. If FAMU remains undefeated, they play Jackson State for homecoming, and I hope to see at least 50,000 for that game, because that would determine your Swac winner. I'm telling you the facts. There's nothing nobody can do to beat Jackson State in the West. Not Suge Knight, not Southern, Texas Southern, UAPV, Valley. There's nothing. The way they played against Southern Miss, they're going to run through the SWAC. Oh, that was Miss Whitley say. Heard what she said, didn't you? That is right there. So the champion will come out the East, and I don't see Perry View. They might win the West, but how they played against that team that's never played a football game, no. But I told folks before, when people told me I was crazy, that the trash talking that they coach do does not equal what's going on in the playing field. I'm not saying they're not going to be competitive. You know, I really would like to see Grambling play somebody, but I think what that coach is trying to do is get his team confidence up by playing Division II schools and get your swag going. Because Grambling in 2 weeks go to the State Fair Classic. Hell of a game, man. I kind of wish the 27th of September was the 20th, because that 27th, and that's another thing, man. Let me shut this one instead. See, this 27th, there's too many damn good games to watch, man. Alabama State FAMU. A&M versus Bethune-Cookman. A&M blow them out. Texas Southern versus Mississippi Valley. That might be the upset. That might be Valley's one victory this year. Texas Southern better get their stuff together. Alcorn will beat Pine Bluff. That is Jackson State Southern, the Boombox Classic. If it's not sold out, I'm going to the game. If it's sold out, no, I'll be here live streaming it. And then you have the State Fair Classic. That's going to be Grambling's like first real hard test. Pair of Views already went through the gauntlet with Texas Southern. So they know how to play coming from behind, and they know how to play. Grambling, don't let me down. But then again, I think Suge Knight likes the pressure. That's in my opinion. I think he really likes the atmosphere of him not supposed to win and all this other stuff. So, but that's the 27th though. But whew, man, we're gonna find out. I mean, but next week, man, good luck, man. So we got 2 weeks of kind of this. I'm trying to see what game that I will stream. God damn, man. I don't know. Hope it happens to what we can see. Y'all call him Coach Face Off. I call him Suge Knight, man. But man, if you can't tell, man, I'm still a little bit disturbed, man. But hey, man, I'm gonna work through it, man. I mean, I just can't get that off my mind that you would come there and disrespect that school, that college, that it's mind-boggling to me. Now, another thing that got me upset this past weekend. I want y'all to listen to this video. And this is just how the disrespect for HBCUs goes.
With Ricky Weeks, the numbers are insane. Hit 495 one year, hit 467 in a different year. His career average is closer to, I think, 500 than it is to 400. Just insane. And you could say, okay, it's Southern University in the early aughts. I really don't care. If you're hitting 495 against high school pitching, like, I'm going to be pretty impressed. So give me Ricky Weeks. In today's world, he would have spent 1 year at Southern and then spent the next 2 years probably at LSU.
How degrading. See, this is what that clown that went to Tugaloo don't understand. Ricky Weeks was a phenomenal athlete. You know who else went to Southern University that didn't have to go to LSU? His name is Lou Brock. And for people who don't know who Lou Brock is, Lou Brock held a stolen base record until Ricky Henderson broke it. But for that partially balding middle-aged white male to sit there and say, in today's society, he would have probably spent 1 year at Southern, then he would have went to LSU. Who the hell is LSU? See, when you don't know the history of HBCUs, and I'm going to paraphrase a little bit of it, but Southern has 95 players that's been drafted into the MLB. Lou Brock was a Hall of Fame, and they was the first school in Louisiana to win a college baseball World Series in 1959. So instead of saying, you know what, this man played at a great program at Southern University, the history of Lou Brock, the first in Louisiana school to win a college World Series, they have so many players that's been drafted to the MLB. He went straight to try to demean and degrade Southern University baseball program and send his kid right to LSU. But I reached out to him and he said, oh, no, I didn't mean to. Shut up, man. This is why I don't deal with too many of them folks. Don't do that, man. Don't do that to folks like that, bro. That's crazy to me. But hey, I'm not shocked, because that's what they think, that somehow that we cannot perform on a level at an HBCU that can get us to the pros. That's just nonsense to me. But I don't expect too much from them people. That's why I don't listen to them. I really don't. And I sent him this video. I know he didn't watch it, but after I told him that he was dumb and poorly educated. Damn it! Hold on. Oops. But this is what HBCUs can actually do now in the present. So tell me again why we need to take our talents to a PWI. I showed that for a reason, man. I'm going to keep it up there for a little bit. So why do we need to take our talents again? Huh? So why? Can't explain that. When I see stuff like that on the internet, I will go directly to them. They will respond to me. They will give me something because I will come blast their ass. Find somewhere else to play. The last time I checked, Terry Bradshaw, drunken old senile ass, became a Super Bowl champion because of who? John Stallworth was his wide receiver that he was throwing to in the Super Bowls. They'll never want to acknowledge Doug Williams as being a Super Bowl champion from Louisiana. They always talk about Bradshaw, but they never talk about Bradshaw throwing to John Stallworth, who has several Super Bowl records. Please, man. Why you didn't say Terry Bradshaw would have went to LSU? So these people don't know what the hell they're talking about. I do not like the disrespect and just not crediting historical black colleges and universities. And you act like our talent is not what made the NFL, the NBA, the MLB. Please. That's why you send in folks from your schools, black and white from PWIs, go up to the NFL and burn out within 3 years. I'll rest my case on that. Find you something else to play with, man. Because you ain't going to play with us. Not long as I'm living. I'm trying to stay calm as possible. And where my FAMU folks at? Y'all people was barking loud. And I don't blame them. Here it is. All right. And this, I kind of understand what they're coming from on this.
So with a man who stands against everything that this university stands for.
Over the summer, Florida A&M University Board of Trustees appointed telecommunications executive Marva Johnson to be the university's 13th president and was later confirmed by the Florida Board of Governors back in June. But her appointment has caused some opposition from thousands of alumni and students because of her lack of experience in higher education and concerns about Johnson's work under Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' administration. Students like former Mr. FAMU Devin Noble Jr. has created an organization called Order of the Flame to voice their concerns about the state of the institution. The semester has just started over there at FAMU, and more students are on campus than the summer when President Johnson was sworn in. How has students been voicing their concerns about her being the new president of the school?
Yes, so I would say primarily they have been, at least from my experience, has been just mainly conversations, interpersonal conversations, and what's been going on with the university, expressing that they are fearful of the future for our university. They don't know what's to come. She have our best interests at heart. And obviously, the political background of our new university president is also concerning, as well as she has connections with Ron DeSantis, our governor, who has very loudly and boldly been against DEI and critical race theory. So how can you align yourself with a man who stands against everything that this university stands for?
The word on campus been with her presence there.
Generally, that we all understand that this isn't right, which is why I've been pushing this informational campaign, as you've seen on our social media accounts, that we're informing students. There has been a general consensus like, this isn't right, but hey, this is what it is.
Yeah.
This is not just us being upset about somebody being appointed, like we don't like who won the race, like it's high school prom king and queen. No, this is a specific and strategic installment of an individual who does not meet the criteria, one, and who does not meet the characteristic or qualities or values of the university. So we've been informing individuals and everybody who can listen that this is what's been going on, and the improprieties within the search process and why it's a problem, and then even the potential violations of Florida statutes and sunshine laws, and even ethical concerns as well.
Now, what do you say to people who are saying that you are quote unquote pocket watching Marva Johnson?
I'll say, is that not the job of the constituents in which she is charged to serve? It is our job to hold her accountable. And if we feel like she is getting paid an exorbitant amounts that is not congruent with her expertise and not congruent with her values and not congruent with our trust and faith in her leadership, we should speak up. How can you align yourself with a man who stands against everything that this university stands for?
Over the summer,
well, there it is. You have it from the students up there at FAMU. Man, salute and shout out to them, man. Hey, our colleges and universities have always been on the forefront of what's right. Social justice change. And hey, I make fun of FAMU all the damn time. But I hope they continue to hold Bagwig Johnson accountable. I ain't playing. So let them folks tell it, man. Not my Marva. Ed, you the only person on the universe that like Badwig Johnson. So man, that's too funny. Not my Marvel. But it's all good though, man. But hey, we gonna come back Friday. I'll be in a more of a same cheerful mood, man. But I wanted to come on here. I had to address what's going on at my alma mater and continue to, follow, update y'all. But I was angry. I ain't gonna lie. Still am. Every time I look at this dude, that damn yelling man, going somewhere with that, man. Oh man, I forgot to say it, man. Hold on. Before I get up out of here, man, football, the players of the week and stuff. And like I said, man, that young man from Jackson State, woof, Ivory, my goodness, man. Man, I think Ivory's going to the NFL. I'm telling you. Just like the last guy that came from Florida, went to Jackson State, he found out how Stella got his groove back. Oh, yeah, here it is. Offensive player Cornelius Brown had a good game against Alcorn. Defensive player Lenore, what the hell? Whatever his name, Jaleel. Jackson State had the specialist. Quentin Ivory had the newcomer. And Matthew Crooks was the defensive player from Texas Southern. So that was the players of the week for the football team. But Quincy Ivory, How you gonna keep getting newcomer of the week? That man was defensive player of the thing, man. But they good for him though, man. That thing don't want to stand still. But that was something to see though. Something to see. But man, I thank y'all for joining, man. I wasn't gonna be on long today. Still trying to calm my nerves, man, and I want everybody to be safe. Hey, look, I'm not gonna mention that racist bastard name that was killed. Has nothing to do with us. But we need to be vigilant. You need to be prepared and look out for each other. These folks talking reckless and crazy, that's mayonnaise on mayonnaise violence. That has nothing to do with us. But y'all watch out for each other for the next, few days and stuff. Seriously, I really do mean that. Hey, our joy makes people upset. We ain't got nothing to do with you, player. But I'm gonna leave this for that dummy. When you don't know, I just don't get it, man. How can you be that old and don't know the historical significance of the HBCU that you're going to? You name one that I've been to, and I can tell you from from Bethune-Cookman, Miss Mary McLeod Bethune, starting at university with what, $2, $1.50 sitting in her pocket. It's just mind-boggling that we got to be this ignorant. You went to Tugaloo, you didn't know any of these people. It's crazy, man. But thank y'all for watching, man. I'm get on up out of here. I knew it was gonna be a short live because I knew I was gonna get triggered again by this stuff, because I can't stand ignorance to try to talk to our youth and make them think that you're right. When you say you don't believe in systemic racism, there's nothing I can talk to you about. Nothing. But hey, Friday, we'll be ready. We'll have a little fun, man. I get my Friday picks in, and whew, I got it. Hey, the only game that I can think about streaming can be the Jackson State game. That's about the only game I can think about streaming. I ain't gonna lie. That's a rough one, man. This week coming up. But oh well, man. But we gonna get up out of here, man. Thank y'all for watching, man. I wasn't gonna be on here long. Take it easy. Hit the like button on y'all way out.
That little run I just made, I used to do that back in the late 60s, early 70s, when I realized that after it was all said and done, I used to go outside and look at the moon. Look at the moon and start yelling and hollering and howling. And I said to myself, I said, oh yeah. And then there was a friend of mine. You know he loved to drink good whiskey. Oh, Then all of a sudden, slipping into darkness. Here we go. Takes my mind beyond the street.